Boom, you made it. So obviously you're here to get that $1,000 STIMMY from me, the Flip Man, DayLater.com, aka PropStream. Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you haven't already texted the 205-964-5243, the word STIMMY, then you need to do that now. But if you've already texted that, then what you also need to do is follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok and Twitter. Also on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, turn on the notifications so you are alerted whenever I upload new videos and when we go live to answer your questions on the live stream. So I'm not only here to promote the $1,000, which 5 people will be chosen to win $1,000 each, which will allow you to jumpstart your wholesaling business, or you can do whatever you want to with the money, but ideally what you want to do is to jumpstart that $1,000 into $100,000 over the next 6 months. Ideally, that's what you would want to do. So I'm not only here to promote that, I do want to add some value by showing you how, when you're driving for dollars, to find who owns that vacant house. So again, if you haven't already, text STIMMY to the 205-964-5243. Do that now so you can enter to win the $1,000 STIMMY from the Flip Man, DayLater.com, aka PropStream. So here comes the video on how to find who owns that vacant house, and I hope you win that bread. Wait. As a bonus, I'm also going to show you how to build a cash buyers list either before you start looking for deals or if you already have a deal on the contract. I wanted to add that additional value. So here comes the videos. Who owns that vacant house? So you're driving for dollars and you locate a vacant house, or you're headed to view a house and you see a vacant house. How do you determine who owns that vacant house? Well, I'm going to show you in this video how I do it, the app that I use, and the other bells and whistles that come with it. Plus, if you stick around, as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to look up who owns that vacant house for free. So you know what you need to do is simply stand by. Let's get it.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. 205-964-5243. You know.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. So who owns that vacant house? In this video, I'm going to show you the apps and tools that I use to determine who owns that vacant house. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you a free option to look up that same information. But in the apps and tools that I use, you can access those as a 5-day free trial to test it out, to see all the bells and whistles that go beyond just determining who owns that vacant house. Make sure, if you're here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all so you are notified whenever I upload new videos like this one, plus when I go live on YouTube and all the other platforms. Also, make sure you like it. Guess what? When you like a video, you create a library of my content. All you have to do on your app is select library and then select liked videos, and boom, you don't ever have to try to search for a video that you watched of mine. Now it's all there on the likes. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under Ask Flipman. You can access this particular app and tool that I'm going to use right here at DayLater.com. You can tap the link in the description of this video or in the comment section of this video, and you can access that 5-day free trial to use the exact same app and tool I use every day to find great deals, which means making money. So on to the video. Okay, so let's get into the trusted app. Okay, so I have address ready to go here. I'm gonna type it in, but it's already there. So 14, this is what you would do. This is one way you'll locate the property. 1403 30th Street North. And then it automatically populates, so I'll select it. So once you're in here, it's just some general information that you can look at on the property. You can look at the years built up here at the top, 1930. You can see it's 5 beds, 1.5 baths as reported to the county. The square footage is 2,116 square feet, and the lot size is 9,500 square feet. Now it's given an estimated value of 170,000 plus, and you don't want to automatically go by that. So now let's scroll down, and we see the property details. And if I tap on where it says owner name 1, it shows the owner, Urban Phoenix LLC, shows their mailing address. All right, shows relationship type, company, corporation. So this is an investor more than likely. All right, the other thing we want to look at quickly is the transaction history. We scroll all the way down, goes back to April of 2013. We showed an actual cash sale of $7,500. Later on that year, someone purchased it for an LLC, or someone put it in their name for LLC or something, for $15,000 4 months later. Then in 2018, they sold it for $19,500. And then in 2018, they sold it for $60,000. All right, now they held on to it for a minute, because now if you go over to the MLS details, it shows that it's listed right now for $175,000. It's been on the market for 60 days or so. Okay, so that's some very important information when you're driving for dollars. All right, now you can also get into comps, and it's better to look at these on the desktop version, but I'll just quickly show you. So the blue dot is your property, and when you're looking at a property, when you see this many comps, that's always what you're looking for, especially these are really close to our subject property. If I tap on one of them, I'm gonna tap on number 2. It pulls up the details on that particular property. If I hit details, now I can look at that property. I can see who owns that. I can see the transaction history. All right, see open loans back in 2012. So all of that information. So to go back to our subject property, you hit back, okay? And now you want to save this if it's a property you want to target if it's vacant. Now this is already saved, so I'm gonna delete, right, really quick. And then if you hit the heart, it'll save your property, and now you can pull this up. It'll be in your details on your desktop version also, which is very important. I'll show you why here in a moment. All right, so now let's go back to the beginning, because I want to show you how when you're out driving for dollars, there's a drive feature here, and you can set the features, but that's not what this video is about. But I'm gonna show you a simple way when you're just out driving for dollars. If you actually select the geolocate option, and this is not far from my office, it's a neighborhood near my office, it'll identify, you would see a blue dot on where you're located, right? And so on any of these, if you actually just select this particular block, it'll give you the details on that property. And that's a lot of times how you'll determine what the address is. And from there, you hit details. It's going to pull up all the information we just discussed on the subject property that we started with on 30th Street North. All right, and the same details here, which it shows the previous MLS data, and it sold for $324,900 back in June of 2018. Or whatever, but that's how you were doing. So if you want to save a property because you were driving for dollars and you were doing it using the geo locate option, you would still just tap on, and I'll do this, and then we'll look at it here on the desktop version. I'll tap on the heart to save the property. And so now it's in our list. So now what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and get over to the desktop version, and we'll see how it connects together. Okay, so now we're in the desktop version. Okay, so what you'll do here to pull up those properties that you were driving for dollars with, you'll go over here to my properties, and then under here you see mobile. All right, so favorites, you'll select them all here at the bottom, and then here they are. All right, so this is the one that we started out with, the 1403 30th Street North. So you select that and you pull it up. And so now, as you can see, the information is a lot more clear. All right, so like the you see the owner's name, I see their mailing address. And one of the great things about it, you can see what other properties they own. They own 4 other properties, right? So they own 2 in that zip code, 1 in another zip code, and 1 in a different zip code. Most of those are D and C areas or whatever. So now you have an idea of what type of properties they potentially will buy. And you can get into the details on what they pay for each one of these properties if you click on them. So now also you can get in here and sort of comp your property. And when you're comping your property, which is a different video, but I'll go through it really quick. So I like the map version of this. And when you're comping your property, as you can see, the red dot is your main property here. And so you have 4, well, let me have 4 of them, 1, 2, 4, and 5 that are all within this main street here. See how the darker, thicker white, the thicker white lines here, you want to really stay in between that if you can in most cases, because that's right there what we consider in the same subdivision or same area of that property. So if I wanted to, I could just look at 1, 2, 4, and 5. But if I want to get a little bit more honed in, I can use the draw tool and just highlight those. And it takes getting used to on using that. And so now it only pulls up those 4 properties. Okay, with those 4 properties. All right, so what we like to do is 3 things we like to look at immediately. The year built, we want to stay in the range of 5 years newer and 5 years older. So up or down 5 years. So 1935 to 1925 if possible. On the lot square footage, which is 9,500 square feet, we like to stay in a range of 2,500 square feet up or down. And the square footage of the house, ideally, we'll like to stay in the range of 200 square feet up or down. So on this particular property, we have 1930. So we have 3 1930s here, which is good. So as you can see, a cash price was paid for $21,000. We see $18,000, and then it jumps up to $80,000. So let's look at that particular property and see why it was sold for so much or whatever. So compared to the other 2. All right, now this was an MLS listed property. And so we can see they did, doesn't even look like they really did any renovations on this property. So let's go back, and they paid the $80,000. It sold, it sold well on 30 on MLS, but recently it sold for the $80,000. Wow, that's interesting. It sold for $80,000, and then now they have a loan on it shortly after that for $150,000. Very interesting. Doesn't like they've done any work to it, unless the work was done when they paid that was back in 28. They've already rehabbed and they can got a loan on it or whatever. That's very interesting to see that. But that's how you look at that particular property. Now, on this particular owner, as we mentioned, you had the 4 additional properties. So this is a cash buyer. That's one of the things. Again, you can go over to the mortgage and transaction history, and you can see those details that I laid out earlier on the actual app. So on the desktop version, it just gives you a easier view. You can dive into the data a lot more. So again, just wanted to show this video on how to locate vacant owners. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to show you a free way of doing the same exact thing. But to access this, all you have to do is just simply get over to to my site, dealyourlater.com. You can sign up for the 5-day free trial on this. Before you sign up, you really want to watch this video here because it shows you a lot more on what the actual tool can do itself. But you can start the 5-day free trial because it just does so much. I mean, you can build cash buyers lists, and I'll just show you really quick. When you want to build an actual list, you go up here to search. We'll just put in Jefferson County, just really quick. I just wanted to show you some of the bells and whistles here, and some of y'all are already familiar with, some are not. But anyway, so in this area here, this is how you would build your list. As you can look, you can build all types of lists: vacant, liens, pre-foreclosure, auctions, bank-owned, cash buyers, high equity, free and clear, bankruptcy, divorce, tax delinquencies, flippers, failed listings, senior owners, vacant land, tired landlords, zombie properties, pre-probate. So you can really build a lot of different lists that you can target to make money with. So let's get over to the free option right now. Okay, so let's get into it. So the website is NetR Online. Okay, so where you want to go is you want to go to the public records, right? All right, so once you get to the site, we'll go to the home page. All right, so what you want to do is you go to the public records online. All right, so now it has a list of states here, obviously. And so I'll just choose my state. We're in Alabama. So you select the state, and then the county where the property is located. You'll go here, and we'll just use Jefferson County, which is one of my more targeted areas where I live also. And then this is going to be different on all sites, right? And so in Alabama, to identify who owns the property, you go through the tax records. All right, so you select go to data online. Now this is a free option, and just understand most, well, I'm gonna say most, a lot of county websites are not user friendly. This site has not changed since I started real estate. It has not changed. 18 years and it hadn't changed, so that's where our tax dollars are going. So here I would just put in the, I think hopefully it'll pull it up. It's just tricky sometimes. So we'll just go with 30th Street North. So it pulls it up. So boom. So that shows the owner's name. It shows their mailing address right there on that particular property. Now you click on this, it'll get a little bit more detail, but that's the location of the property. And then this is the mailing address. So that's the actual free version of it. Again, you locate it through NetR Online, all right, and you follow those instructions that I just gave you. But that's all if that's all you need and all you can afford, then roll with it. I said this is a bonus to show you how to do it for free. But if you want to get it really into it and you're dead serious about it, you want to get over here to dealyourlater.com. You watch this video first, right? And then you start the 5-day free trial, because the worst thing you want to do is start the 5-day free trial and you haven't watched this video, and really any video I have related to the actual tool, which is PropStream, which I'm a reseller of. So hopefully this particular video helped. I wanted to put something together really quick to show you when you're out driving for dollars, how to locate properties and how to do the research on them, which it gets a little more detail, but it really starts there when using that method of finding deals, or if that's one of your methods of finding actual deals. What if you could build a cash buyers list before you put any properties under contract? What if you could build a buyers list for properties you already have under contract? What if you could build a buyers list that shows you what other areas those buyers buy in? Well, your boy got you. So you know what you need to do is simply stand by. Let's get it.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. 205-964-5243. You know.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. Cash buyers list. I get this question so often. whether someone has a property under contract or they feel they need to build one before they get started. Cash buyers list is up there, very high on the most frequently asked questions about. So to add on to what I've already put out there, I'm always trying to update this and give you an option to better build cash buyers list and build them quickly and more efficiently. Well, here's your opportunity on what's going on right now. This is going to be amazing. I'm not going to hold you with what I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. But before I do, where you can find this is at digulator.com. That's digulator.com. You'll be able to use this same tool, just access the 5-day free trial. So let's get into it right now. Get into PropStream, brought to you by digulator.com. And you have to identify an area, whether it's the entire county, whether it's a city name, whether it's a zip code. All right, so I'm going to start with a zip code in my market here that I'm very familiar with. And when you put a zip code in, just put it in and it'll automatically populate it and you'll select it as I just did. Okay, so as you see, it pulled unique properties over 9,700. All right, so what you do is you go up here to filters. And first thing you want to do is go to quick list choices. Two ways of going about this. You can just go free and clear. That's normally going to be a cash buyer. And then you can just do cash buyers. So we're just going to select cash buyers, and we want it to be non-owner occupied. You don't care if it's vacant or not in reality, because in this time frame that we're going to select, they may have already placed a rent in there, but you want cash buyers. All right, we're looking at houses, so you're going to go into property characteristics and select residential, property types, single family. All right, and then the next thing you're going to do is MLS status. It really doesn't matter if it's on the market or not. So we'll just leave that just as any. I may go back and change it, but it really shouldn't matter for what we're looking for. All right, so the ownership info. Here's the important part, right? So now a couple of ways you can go about this. You can do just the individual, which the property means that is in their name and it's easier to skip trace, or you can do corporate. Don't worry about mixed and trust. So we're going to select both of these and I'll explain what you'll do with these. All right, so we're going to select individual and corporate. All right, and the next thing you want to do is years of ownership. So you want the max number of years of ownership to be 1. So that takes it from present day to up to a year, which means some recent activity. All right. Now, the other thing is to show that they're buying multiple properties in that area. You want to do 2 or more in that time frame, a year. I'm going to do 2 just to pull a list. You can do more, but 2 to the max. No matter how many they've purchased. All right, so as you can see, my search criteria is right over here. All right, so if I go back over here, it pulls 222 cash buyers in that particular zip code. All right, now this is the more condensed view. If you select this, you can do a more list view, right? So if we just select a couple of, which you could download all of this or what, I'm just going to go through a couple of them. So if we look at this one right here. Okay, it was purchased in someone's name. We see they purchased it for $50,000, and they actually put it back on the market for $174, and it's active right now for that amount. So we know that is a flipper, no question about it. So we have his actual mailing address here and everything. So you would skip trace this information for his phone number, and if that didn't work through skip trace, you can always send him something in the mail to let him know you'll have properties or whatever. All right, now the other thing that you can look at you can look at linked properties. See, he has 23 properties, right? So you can also look down here to see what other areas he's buying property, and this guy's very active. He's in the 204 zip code, the 208, 211, these are all in D areas. 211, 242, that's in more of a B, A area. 206 is the area we're looking in. I'm saying 35206. I'm just giving you the last three because most of the zip start with a 35 in Birmingham. 215, 204 again, 206 again, 206, 206, 206. So he's definitely heavy over in that East Lake area. He has one in the Helene area. Okay, so boom. So we looked at that guy. All right. Let's look at this one here. Okay, so this person. Okay, this is in an LLC. All right, on the property that we're looking at, they paid $89.9 for it back in January, and they currently have it listed for $159.9. So they're definitely, well, I'm sorry, it was a failed listing, updated back in April, a few days ago, but it was a failed list. It had on the market 82 days, so it didn't sell at that point. He may have relisted it and just hadn't updated here yet. Now his linked properties, he has 6 linked properties. Now right here you can see what areas he possibly buys in. All right, now he buys in Arkansas also, Missouri, Kansas, then the one property here in Birmingham, and then one in Florida. So he's all over the place. Very interesting there. All right, and then that's the LLC there. So on this one, you're more than likely going to have to send them something in the mail. So here's their mailing address. They're out in California, which is good. And you will reach out to them to let them know, hey, to contact it should you have more properties in that particular market that you're targeting. All right, so we'll look at one more here. I just want to give you an idea of what we got going. So here's another LLC. All right, they paid cash $60,000 for this property back in October, and they relisted it for $170. Wow, some good information there, and it's active. Wow, that's some really good information. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Let me Google it really quick. See how good of a rehab that they do. Right, it should be here on Zillow. Yep, there it is. Okay, so oh yeah, they did a great job on it, rehabbing it. Boom, nice. Oh, they put some money into this. Oh, and that's on Rugby Court. Wow, very interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is back, like I said earlier, D neighborhood, a good portion of it. Some of it C, they're trying to bring it up close to a B. You know, this would definitely be a C pricing right here, C plus pricing for this market. But wow, that's good. Wow. Okay, so and then so we looked at his linked properties. He has 23 of them, he has a bunch of them. So he's over in the 217 zip, 234, 208. Yeah, these are all hoods. 233, I'm not sure where that is. 214, 208. Yeah, 215, that's a C neighborhood. 208, D neighborhood. 204, D neighborhood. 206, DC, and possibly approaching a B. But yeah, he's very active. So guys, what else do I need to show you? Now, I seen the 204 down there. That's the hood also. What else do I need to show you? Then there's his actual mailing address. This is over in the Tarrant area right here. So these are very active investors. So now what you can do with this, if you want to download all that, you did some research, and then because there's not but so many of them, this is where a VA would probably come in important. Once you understand how to do it, you can train them on doing, you can record what you're doing, and they can filter through this. But you could download this entire list that if you wanted to skip trace and or for calling and to mail. So once you select everything here, you would add to list, then you would name the actual list, and you just name it whatever. We'll just say so I can find it. Cash buyer 35206. Let me put a date on this. Let me say, okay. So 35206, and we'll just do 111. All right. And so once you save that, only take it a second to save. And while we're waiting on it to save, to access this particular app, this particular software, go to digulator.com. And you can start your 5-day free trial. You can dig in there just like I do. You may not be able to download a large list in the 5-day free trial, but you would be able to use it. Also, don't forget about my CRM. If you're trying to manage your leads where you're trying to separate your bandit sign leads in a pipeline, your direct mail in a pipeline, your text message in a separate pipeline, your cold calling in a separate pipeline, you're driving for dollars. It'll do all of that for you. Also, it would allow you to text message, email, ringless voicemail to your different leads. Also, what I really love about it, whenever you can actually make phone calls through it, whenever you make a call, the call is recorded. So now you can monitor yourself, a partner, or a VA to see what you need to do better, how the tone of the conversation went, if you forgot a particular detail. And just in reality, especially if you're hiring a VA, just seeing they're doing what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to be doing it. As simple as that. But it does a lot more than that. And plus, you can, like we're talking about this cash buyers list, you can build a cash buyers list pipeline, and you can, whenever you get a property, and you can build several pipelines. You can build a pipeline for certain zip codes for certain types of cash buyers, and you can send out your deal to all of them in that particular pipeline. So it should be ready to go here. All right, so now we go over here to properties, and then we just simply find it. Man, I got a lot of them in here, so hold on. Hopefully I can find it. Where is it? It really doesn't matter because okay, here it is right here. Boom. All right, so once you find it and you go in here, you select all, and that'll allow you to export. But before you export, you really want to go in here and customize your layout, especially for skip tracing. If you notice here in the property owner info, I have city, state, zip. That's of the property. Owner 1, owner 2 is the only thing you need for skip trading. Then the mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip, and that's it. Everything else on the rest of these will actually be unchecked. And then what you can do is you can save as a default layout. You name it over here, and then you check this, and then apply and save. And then you go over here to download it. And from there, once you download it, now understand that you're going to have duplicates in here, owners in here. So you'll need to sort it in your Excel spreadsheet to remove the duplicate owners if you're trying to skip trade, because you'll be overpaying or whatever. But again, guys, you see the power of being able to go in here to look at these different properties. And because you're building a cash buyers list, you don't need a lot of them to be highly successful in a particular market or a particular zip code of a market or whatever, because you can research these individually, come up with a good strong 10 cash buyers, and you can rock and roll. And as you could see in here, you could see that because of the linked properties, you can go ahead and see what other areas of your market in different zip codes that they buy in. Do you know how powerful that is to be able to see that type of information, to see the number of linked buyers? So you want to use this as a tool to create half of the process, which is your cash buyers list. So again, to get access to this, just go over to diggerlater.com, select the 5-day free trial. Make sure you watch this video also, because it shows you some of the other ways to use it. Don't forget about the CRM if you're trying to manage your entire business, create more follow-up, create more deals, more checks in your hands. So make sure you like this, share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell to be notified when I upload new videos and when I go live. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Hi-Ho, at Ask Flip Man. Hopefully this video helps, and I will see you guys on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. 205-964-52439. You know.